Grant us airtime to speak to Nigerians. Don't be selective in your interviews. Una dey invite proxies wey no go show up to speak to Naija people. Those of us wey dey the race, wey get better things to offer for Naija. Una no dey invite us to talk for una TV stations. Give us a call time. This complaint dey come from one presidential candidate who feel say the media no dey do enough to showcase him to the electorate. This na the tori for today. My name na ADS. Make we run am as see the hot, no time. Now watch this video.
I remember that across the country, I was granted an interview maybe only 10 times, 2018 and 2019 by TV stations. Some radio stations did very well. But every day, every hour, they're always granting interviews to proxies of candidates who would never come on TV. Some of the candidates, you go to their houses and beg them to speak with you. Those of us who want to talk about the most important socio-political issues affecting our people, you don't want to talk to us. We want to change strategy. Strategy change means that I have to be speaking, with my tongue in cheek about things that are very important for the Nigerian people. If the Nigerian people would figure out how to listen to us, we will go and speak to them through those outlets. And internet is there as well. And we have been using internet extensively. But I think there are also rules, regulations that says, that broadcast media in the country have a duty to allow all the candidates who are running for election, especially presidential candidates, to be covered equally. So you are also violating rules that you are freely subscribed to.
Omoyele Sowore has always been vocal about his presidential ambition since he showed interest in 2019 general elections. Him na one person wey don really shake the political space for this country. He deserves more airtime with the media. I beg, I agree with this. He is one passionate candidate wey me don see for this presidential race. Oh yes, he speaks facts irrespective of whose toes he might be stepping on. The guy, he don't send anybody. He wants to be heard, and he must be heard. As I listened to Sowore on Arise TV over the weekend, him opened my eyes to some kind things where nobody they even talk about. Yet, is a huge burden to us as a nation. I bet you don't want to wake up one morning and find out that you have become a second citizen in your country, all because say the country they owe. Now watch Sowore talk about the money where we they owe, where we never pay. Watch.
Look at the debts. Which of them are genuine? Because what you have seen even till now is that some of the monies that were borrowed as far back as military era were stolen. Abacha is an example of this. He's still sending money from his ATM all over the world to Nigeria. We just got $23 million the other day from the US. And some of the monies that he stole, so I'm sorry, which people said were up to $5 billion, were some of the monies that they borrowed during those periods that never made it to the shores of Nigeria. So you have to investigate some of these debts or some of these borrowings that we are engaging in to make sure that they are actually getting to the shores of Nigeria and they are not sent into private bank accounts of some of these individuals in government. That thorough check and audit of our debt profile is very, very important before we go into the international community and ask for a moratorium where necessary. And when you have a clear idea of what these things are, then you can be talking about what's the exact ratio of your debt to your GDP.
Now hear this. Nigeria's total debt stock rose to 41.6 trillion naira in the first quarter of 2022, representing a 2.05 trillion naira increase, compared to 39.56 trillion naira recorded as of December last year. In dollar terms, Nigeria's debt stock rose to $100.1 billion. Similarly, Nigeria's debt to GDP ratio rose to 23.27% in the first quarter of the year, compared to 22.47% as of December 2021. While this is lower than the self-imposed limit of 40%, the rate is quickening faster due to increased borrowing and tepid economic growth. This is contained in the quarterly public debt portfolio report released by the Debt Management Office. No be me talk am o, na dem talk am. If these figures no dey fear you, e mean say you get strong mind abeg. Like Sowore talk for that video, we supposed to dey audit our debt profile to make sure say all this borrowed money even reach Naija, and say dem no enter personal accounts. Make e no be say dem dey borrow all this money in the name of the country, but na for personal use. Who dey audit our debt profile? Who? Una don ever hear say they don audit our debt profile before? We keep hearing about money missing in billions with ministries, departments, and agencies of government. These ones happen internally. How sure are we that all the money wey we don dey borrow since even reach this country? And we not be surprised if we no enter. Na Naija we dey. Anything dey possible. Una dey hear me so? So abeg, this one na to all the TV stations. Everyone should be given equal opportunity to speak on national TV if they wan speak. Before debate time reach, candidates wey don dey vocal about their presidential ambition should be granted time to speak on national TV. They wan talk, so make them talk abeg. Na who make sense last, na who go vote for this election, so don't get it twisted. Now to the people wey don get their PVC, abeg, make an informed decision before you cast your vote come 2023. Hear wetin all these candidates get to offer you before you vote. Forget about stomach infrastructure. After 4 years, another 4 years they load. Of course, who don't enter power don't enter. Power of incumbency must play out. So Biko, before you think about your belly, think about your unborn children. Together, we will get it right in 2023. And I will see you again. Follow us on all our social media channels showing on your screen right now. Until I see you again, my name is ADS. Signing out.